How deep into the darkness will Ra descend? The second hour of the night begins. But does the sun's light still shine in this forsaken place? Here, where the light of day fades, the journey grows more dangerous. The waters stir, and shadows stretch to drag the boat beneath the waves. Can Ra's companions, Sia and Heka, prevent disaster, or will the forces of chaos consume the light? The Duat is the Egyptian underworld, a place filled with darkness and dangers, where the deceased travel and where Ra, the sun god, must journey each night. Ra's light represents life, order, and the daily rebirth of the sun. As the boat glides forward, strange ripples disturb the surface of the water, suggesting something lurking below. A whispering voice fills the air, challenging Ra's right to pass. Something stirs beneath the waters. The shadows whisper, "Does the sun god still have the power to cross these depths, or will his light be snuffed out?" The sun boat, or solar bark, is Ra's mythical vessel. By day, it carries him across the sky, bringing light to the world. At night, it descends into the Duat, where Ra faces the forces of darkness and chaos. The surface of the water begins to bubble violently. What creature of the Duat rises from the depths to challenge Ra? And now, before Ra lies the gate of the second hour, but it is not unguarded. Two serpents stand vigilant, their eyes burning with the fire of ancient magic. Can Ra's companions unlock this barrier, or will the guardians prove too powerful? In the Book of Gates, each hour of the Duat is marked by a gate, guarded by powerful beings. The gates symbolize the barriers between the realms of the living and the dead, and Ra must pass through them to ensure the sun rises again. Who dares approach our gate? No light passes here without an offering. Does Ra have the strength to command the gate to open? The snake asks.
We see your challenge, but Ra carries the light of creation. He is the master of all realms, and his journey cannot be denied.
Sia is the god of perception and insight. He helps Ra by revealing hidden truths and guiding the sun boat through the dangers of the underworld. His ability to see beyond illusions is critical in this hour. The serpents are reluctant to yield. Their coils tighten around the gate, refusing to move. The power of perception alone does not sway them. The forces of magic must now come into play.
By the magic of creation, the gate shall open. No serpent can stand in the path of the sun.
Heka, god of magic, raises his staff and speaks the ancient words of power. Heka is the god of magic in Egyptian mythology. Magic, called Heka, was considered a fundamental force of creation, controlling the balance between order and chaos. Heka's power ensures Ra's journey continues safely through the Duat. The gate begins to crack open, but the serpents hiss louder, their bodies still blocking the way. Will the gate open fully, or will the power of the serpents overcome Ra's light? Now the gate has opened, but who stands beyond it? 14 deities appear, guardians of the underworld, but are they allies of Ra, or do they hold secrets of their own? In Egyptian cosmology, various gods and spirits inhabit the Duat, each with a specific role in maintaining the balance of life and death. These gods are crucial to the proper functioning of the universe, and they ensure that Ra's journey continues unimpeded. Bow before the light of the heavens, for I am Ra, the master of day and night. The second hour is mine to command, says Ra. The deities are silent as they march toward the sunboat. Their intentions are unclear. Are they here to guide Ra, or do they represent the challenges that still lie ahead? The silence is unsettling. Will the gods of the underworld submit to Ra's power, or do they harbor doubts about the strength of the sun god? The gods halt before the boat, their faces unreadable. What do they want from Ra, and will they help or hinder his journey? And now we see Atum, the ancient creator god. He stands watch over the inert ones, the enemies of Ra who lie bound in eternal punishment. But what power do these enemies still hold in the underworld? Atum is one of the oldest gods in Egyptian mythology, representing the setting sun and creation. He is a figure of immense authority, symbolizing the end of the day and the beginning of renewal. His role in the underworld is to ensure that the enemies of light remain bound and defeated. Atum, silent and unmoving, but his gaze is filled with authority. He raises his staff slightly.
These are the ones who sought to defy the light. Now they lie chained beneath the earth, never to rise again. Their punishment is eternal.
As Ra's boat passes by, a faint stirring comes from the bound enemies. Though defeated, their hatred for Ra has not faded. Their chains rattle slightly, as if some dark force still lurks within them. Though bound, the enemies of Ra have not forgotten their rebellion. Is there still power within them, and will they attempt to strike once more? A low hiss rises from the bound enemies. Is this merely the wind, or is something dark stirring within their chains? As the sun boat sails further into the underworld, a new presence emerges. The Ennead, 9 mummified figures, silent sentinels of ancient power, rise from the shadows. Their purpose is unknown, but their power is undeniable. The Ennead of 9 mummies represent an ancient order, guarding the most sacred and hidden secrets of the Duat. These figures, bound in eternal silence, are neither friend nor foe, but their presence is a harbinger of something greater, a trial yet to come. The Ennead stirs. What secrets do these ancient ones guard? Will Ra's light be enough to pass without stirring their ancient wrath, or do they hold the key to the next phase of his journey? The mummy's eyes faintly glow as the boat passes. Will the Ennead remain silent, or will they rise to challenge Ra's journey through the Duat? Now, at the end of the second hour, the final gate stands before Ra. It is guarded by the great serpent, the Coiled One, a force of immense power. Will the might of the sun god be enough to pass through, or does this serpent hold the key to Ra's defeat? Serpents often serve as guardians in Egyptian mythology, embodying both protection and destruction. In this case, the serpent guards the way forward, and only through divine power can the path be opened.
No light shall pass beyond this gate. The power of the Duat holds firm here. What force do you bring to open this door?
Here, I am Ra, and my light shall not be denied. The dawn comes, and no serpent can stand against the power of the sun.
The serpent coils tighter, resisting Ra's power. Its eyes glow brighter, and the gate remains shut. Ra's light must overcome the ancient darkness of this guardian.
Beware, traveller of the Duat. You stand before the mighty Sekhmet, the lioness goddess of war, of healing, of destruction, and of protection. She watches over this channel, and she is not one to be ignored. To gain her favor and avoid her wrath, you know what must be done. Smash that like button and offer your subscription as tribute. Or, who knows what fiery vengeance might come from the goddess who was once sent to cleanse the world. But don't worry, she's only dangerous to those who forget to subscribe. So to stay on her good side, join us, and may Sekhmet smile upon your journey.
Ra's journey through the underworld begins on the Lake of Fire. But ahead lies the third gate, an ancient barrier that even the gods fear. Beyond the gate, unseen forces await. Ra must overcome chaos to survive. Chaos itself takes form in the serpent Apep. Will the sun god defeat the force of chaos? Or will the Duat claim another victim? Stay with us as we unravel the terrifying secrets of Egypt's underworld, where each gate reveals something more sinister than the last. We begin this journey through the third gate of the Duat, where Ra faces his greatest trials yet. In this video, we will uncover the deeper mysteries hidden within the ancient Egyptian myth of the third hour of the underworld. But this is more than just mythology. Through Carl Jung's psychological lens, we'll see how this journey reflects the internal struggles of the human soul. And to make it even more compelling, we'll step into the mind of H.P. Lovecraft, exploring how cosmic horror and the unknown mirror the dangers lurking in Egypt's underworld. Join me as I share my travels to Egypt, where I experience the timeless mystery of these ancient ruins firsthand. Scene 1. In the depths of the third hour of the Duat, Ra's solar boat enters a realm of silence and shadows. The boat is carried by the forces of night, moving ever forward through a pitch-black river surrounded by towering cliffs. The air is thick with mystery, and the souls of the departed line the shores, watching as Ra's boat passes silently through. They are the silent ones, those whose hearts did not betray the sun god, allowed to witness Ra's journey as he moves deeper into the underworld. As you watch Ra's solar boat drift deeper into the heart of the third hour, the once smooth journey is suddenly interrupted. The waters, calm and quiet, begin to churn. Darkness thickens, swallowing the light. And then it appears. From the abyss, an immense, terrifying form emerges. It slithers silently at first, but you can feel its hunger, its need to consume everything in its path. This is Apep, the eternal serpent of chaos, a force so ancient and destructive it threatens to devour the sun itself and cast all into eternal night. You see its coils stretch endlessly across the water, its scales glistening like shards of dark glass. Its eyes, burning with hatred, lock onto Ra's boat. The air is thick with tension, every breath feels heavier, as even the gods on board seem to brace themselves. You wonder, can they stop it? But Ra stands firm, undeterred, though his enemy is unlike any other. His loyal gods, Seth, god of storms, Isis, goddess of magic, and Horus, the avenger, move swiftly to his side. Their presence gives you hope. They are armed, their spears glowing with divine light, and their shields pulsing with power. But is it enough? Without warning, Apep strikes. Faster than you imagined, its massive body lashes out toward the boat. Seth is the first to react, his strength unmatched as he deflects the blow. You feel a sense of relief, but only for a moment. The battle is far from over. Horus, with his sharp eyes and precision, aims his spear at the serpent's hide. Isis weaves a shield of magic, her ancient spells barely containing the chaos that threatens to erupt. Every moment is tense. Every strike feels like it could be the last. The light and darkness clash violently, and for a second you think, will Apep win? Then Ra calls upon the full power of the underworld. Fire erupts from the depths of the Duat, engulfing Apep. You watch, heart pounding, as the great serpent writhes in agony. The waters beneath it begin to boil, and the air around you is searing. But Apep does not yield easily. Just when it seems the light may falter, Seth and Horus together strike a final blow, piercing the heart of the serpent. With a deafening roar, Apep is silenced. But the silence is not comforting. You know the battle is won, but this enemy will return. For the struggle between light and darkness is never-ending. Scene 2. Ra's boat glides smoothly through the river of night, its prow cutting through the water. In this hour, the waters themselves seem to whisper, carrying the weight of the trials yet to come. Guardians of the underworld, serpentine figures, slither along the edges of the realm, their eyes fixed on the boat, awaiting those who would dare challenge the order of Ma'at. Scene 3. As Ra's boat approaches the first shrine, a gatekeeper, dressed in dark, ancient robes, emerges from the shadows. His form is tall and skeletal, his eyes glowing with an ethereal light. He speaks no words, but his presence is felt, a silent demand for respect. The passage is not granted lightly, for only those pure in heart may pass through the gates of the underworld unharmed. Ra's boat is guided forward by the unseen hands of the gods, slipping past the guardian as the way is opened. Scene 4. At the second shrine, towering figures of ancient deities stand guard. They are frozen in eternal vigilance, their stone faces impassive. The shrine is a place of judgment, where the deeds of the living are weighed against the feather of Ma'at. Each soul here is tested, and only those whose hearts remain as light as the feather may proceed. Ra's presence is a reminder of this eternal truth. Scene 5. Moving deeper into the heart of the third hour, the river grows darker and the shadows thicken. The boat approaches a great lake surrounded by high cliffs where the souls who defied the sun god are cast into the abyss. This is the Lake of Fire, a place of torment for those who turn their backs on Ra. Great serpents and jackals patrol the shores, preventing the unworthy from entering the lake's waters. Scene 6. The boat halts briefly before the lake. Ra looks upon the souls of the damned with no pity, for they brought this fate upon themselves. The serpents hiss, their tongues flicking as they encircle the waters. The souls trapped on the shore cry out, reaching toward the boat, desperate for salvation that will never come. The heat from the lake is unbearable, its flames licking the sky in a dance of punishment. Scene 7. As Ra's boat moves on, passing through the final passage of the hour, the flames of the Lake of Fire are left behind. Ahead lies the path to the fourth hour, a place of deeper darkness and mystery. The guardians of this passage emerge from the shadows, their eyes gleaming in the dim light of the Duat. Ra's journey is far from over, but the souls of the worthy follow, their silent prayers echoing through the darkness.
So, traveler, will you heed the goddess's call? You've made it this far, but remember, Sekhmet sees all. Those who join her fold earn her blessing. Subscribe and let her protection guide you safely through the mysteries to come. But if you choose otherwise, well, even a lioness knows how to wait.